What's going on YouTube? Here I am, SuperDude, all the way from the Fortress of Broitude in Angel Grove. One of my few fortresses of Broitude. I have many. Just in case I'm found at one, I can fly off and hide in another of an undisclosed location. Now, I'm going to be bringing you a review. As you see by the title, you're not stupid. You can read, unless you're a baby. Then I ask, what are you watching this on, baby? An iPad, an iRattle, or a rattle pad, some form of diaper phone. What sort of futuristic baby are you? Are you the Blade Runner? Are you a Blade Runner baby from the future? Are you the Terminator? Maybe? No? Okay. You're not the Terminator baby. Alright. Alright. I don't know where I went with all that. Anyway. Yes, I'm assuming you guys can read. You logged on to YouTube after all. You can spell the word you and the word tube. You can put them together in a search box. So, congratulations on your at least third grade level of spelling adequacy. Now, because you know this is a review and you can read what the review is of, I am reviewing the Goosebumps movie, not the Goosebumps series. Although that would have its merits. Sorry. I had to pull something out of my ear and you saw it. Anyway. I'm going to be doing a review of the Goosebumps movie. The movie with Jack Black in it. The movie with, actors whose names escape me. Now, I'm going to be giving you my favorite parts about the movie. I'm going to be giving you my least favorite things about the movie. I'm going to be giving you my favorite scene of the movie, and I'm going to be giving you my least favorite scene of the movie. Starting with things that I did not like about this movie. Let's see. I did not like... There were not a lot of things I didn't like about this movie. It was really well done for the direction they were trying to go. It was really well put together. They could have had a reference to they could have had the theme song in there. They could have had a reference to they could have had the theme song in there in some form, like maybe one of the actors' cell phones starts to ring and it's like a polyphonic version of the Goosebumps thing. You know what I'm do 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 do. Yeah, you all know it. I'm sorry. I assumed you all knew it. Yeah, they could have had a polyphonic version of the Goosebumps. I'm looking at my notes. They could have done it. I would have loved to have seen different monsters. Because, okay, the premise of this movie, I should have probably started with it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That was a random YouTube video that opened up. But yeah, it's, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I was reading my notes. I would have loved to have seen different Goosebumps monsters. Now, the premise of this movie, in case you haven't noticed, spoiler alert, by the way, I'm gonna give you about, let's see, I'm gonna give you a little bit to go away if you don't want spoilers. Go. Spoilers. I'm gonna spoil Goosebumps. Gonna spoil Goosebumps. Spoil Goosebumps for you. If you don't want it, move on in this video to the end, and I will tell you when I will not be spoiling anything. All right. Okay. You had a sufficient enough time. I did a whole song about spoiling Goosebumps. Come on now. I hope this video doesn't get taken down because that song's copyrighted. Copywritten. Oops. Okay. So the premise of Goosebumps is this new kid moves into a new town with his mom, no dad. He moves into a new town, and he is situated across the street from a person he believes is a weirdo and his very attractive daughter. That's the opening of the movie. It's, hey, look at that girl across the fence that I'm not allowed to talk to. So he gets the typical misunderstanding. He hears that something is going wrong over there, and it's the typical like movie misunderstanding of crap, there's abuse going on, and he runs over to the house to discover Goosebumps books, Goosebumps manuscripts, and they're all locked. And his buddy, Champ, his name's Champion, name Champ, his name is Champion. I cannot make that up. His name is Champ. He and his friend go in there to save this girl, and they end up opening one of the books, and it releases the Snowman of Pasadena. The Abominable Snowman of Pasadena. One of those. And they end up releasing the creature. That's the premise of this movie. Is that any creature that's in these books is released into the world if the book is opened. And you have to have the book to get the creatures back in. Well, in the mix-up of releasing this Abominable Snowman creature, apparently one of R.L. Stine, yes, that is who is living next door, played by Jack Black, a wonderful performance. One of his worst creations yet, Slappy, the ventriloquist thing. He doesn't like the word, the D word. The ventriloquist, I'm going to say it because he's not here. Dummy, the ventriloquist dummy is released, and before he can get put back in to his own book, he snatches up all the books, releases all of the monsters onto this little town, and they have to work together to get them back into the book world. The only problem is Slappy burns all the books. Slappy burns all the books and releases all his little buddies, and they have to write a whole new story to get all the creatures back into the books. Now, I'm not going to ruin the whole thing. That's the premise of the movie, is they have to get these creatures back into the books. I'm not going to ruin some of the good surprises in the movie, but I would just give you that little setup. That's what you're going to go watch this movie for. Like I said, one of the things I didn't like is their choice of monster. Slappy was a good choice, an incredible choice. I just wish they would have done maybe different, like, for example, they could have had the Haunted Mask, one of the more iconic Goosebumps creatures. They could have had the Haunted Mask in there a bit more. I mean, it's in there for like maybe 5 minutes, maybe total 5 minutes. I would have liked to have seen the Haunted Mask do a little more. I would have liked to have seen maybe the Blob, who ate everything, do a lot more than he got to do. And let's see, there was one other creature, one other book. Oh, I would have loved to see, actually, now that I think about it, both the Haunted Mask 1 and 2, I would have loved to see them come together to be like a sort of tag team, tandem thing. It would have been really interesting to see what they did with the Haunted Masks as a team. I didn't like some of the jokes that they tried, like some of the cliche jokes that they tried, like the bully in there. Whenever the kids are warning the entire gym full of the entire high school gym that, hey, there's monsters, the bully looks out and goes, "Oh, the boogeyman's out there and he's picking his nose," blah blah blah, and everybody laughs. And then he turns back and sees actual danger and tries to warn them, but the boy who cried wolf, ha ha ha, and the bully gets eaten. Now, like I said, it's very hard to pick out things I didn't like about this movie because it did so well. Some of the One of the scenes that I didn't like in this movie was sort of, actually, now that I come to think of it, there's really not a scene I didn't like. So I guess that part's over with. I'll just move on to the things I did. This was a really well done movie. Some of the things that I liked in this movie, Jack Black's acting. It was very Jack Black, but at the same time, it was very not Jack Black. It was Jack Black doing his best Jack Black impersonation of R.L. Stine, is what it was. It was really well done. It was really well put together. I liked that R.L. Stine had a cameo in there. The little scene they have where R.L. Stine is passing Jack Black, who's playing R.L. Stine, and he goes, "Good morning," and Jack Black goes, "Good morning, Mr. Black," to R.L. Stine, and R.L. Stine says, "Good morning, Mr. Stine." It was really sort of just like a great moment, sort of a Stan Lee cameo and Avengers moment. It was great. I liked that Slappy was the main antagonist because he is one of the creepiest creatures ever to come out of an R.L. Stine book. And I like the idea of a magic typewriter, and the typewriter has a mind of its own. It gives a sort of, hey, these just don't come to life because he's R.L. freaking Stine. It's the typewriter. That's a good, that was, I liked the sort of love story going on between the daughter of R.L. Stine and the guy that moves in. That was incredible. I like the fact that Champ gets to have his little moment in the sun. It was all sorts of great. It was all sorts of great movies. They play around with some really cool ideas, like the werewolf of Fever Swamp, how it takes over and it's an actual dog mentality, like a wolf mentality instead of a kid mentality who's a werewolf. No, like they throw a squeak toy and the wolf goes after the squeak toy. One of my favorite scenes of this movie would have to be where Slappy is first introduced, because the way they introduce Slappy is very creepy, very weird. It's very good. I like the irony that R.L. Stine has to run to find somewhere to hide and write this book that's going to save their town, and you find out early on he dislikes Stephen King, and the place he finds is a school play based on the book The Shining, a Stephen King novel. That to me was just hilarious. That he is creating this thing that he loves in a play based on a book from somebody he doesn't. Another thing I like about this is the very end. Excuse me. Is it leaves room for more. It leaves a sort of Goosebumps suspense Very good. But it also, at the same time, opens the door to Goosebumps 2, which I think they will probably do if they can. I don't know how or why they would, but they probably will. Because Goosebumps, that's why. My overall thoughts on this movie were is an incredible movie. I've watched it at least 4 times on Netflix. I watched it once in theaters. It was really great. Ventriloquist dummies, evil ones like that scare me, so that's good. Yeah, creepy. It was just a really well put together movie. I would suggest you guys go and watch it if you haven't watched it yet. I will be watching a second one if they make a second one, and in fact, probably here after this review, I'm going to jump on Netflix and watch it because it makes me want to watch that movie. But that is all I have to say for this review. Is I give it 4 stars at 4 out of 5. Like I said, it could have been had better monsters. It could have had different monsters in it. It could have had a different things here and there, but the overall movie was very well done for what they were trying to do. 4 out of 5. And I would give it an 8.5 out of 10 on a scale. But thank you guys for watching this review. And like I told you before, at the end of this review, I would be doing a poll, a this or that poll on which review you want to see me do next. And the first one I get is the one I'm going to do. So, that being said, do you want to see me do Captain America Civil War review or my review / opinions on the Deadpool movie? Keep in mind that the Deadpool movie one is probably going to involve some negative feedback here and there. Now, one last thing before I let you guys go. I am thinking of, on this channel, doing some unboxings. Unboxings of what? That will be up to you guys. There are 2 loot crates, I guess you would call them. 2 loot crate type boxes that I'm thinking of subscribing to. Which one would you like to see is another poll in this. Would you like to see me subscribe to DC Legions of Collectors or a Wrestle crate to unbox for you guys? Secondly, would you like to just see me do unboxings, unpackagings in general? Like when I get new things, like do videos, hey, check this out. Hey, check that out. Hey, look at what I got in the mail. Would you like to see that type of stuff on this channel? And I will do that. I will gladly do that. I will probably do 1 or 2 just to give you an idea of what they would be. And if you like them, please tell me so that way I can get them done for you. But that'll be all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Like I tell you every video, thank you for watching. It means a lot to me that you guys actually watch this content and you come to me with suggestions about new content. I will be discussing Mortal Kombat situation later on. I will be discussing whichever review you want me to do, and depending on the vote I get for which box, I will be unpackaging those boxes. Now, I'm gonna go for now, but you guys have always, as always, have been super friends. I've been SuperDude from the Fortress of Brotude in Angel Grove. Until next time, up, and away.